All right, so we recorded a bit of this at the end of the string before the internet went to crap, but we're going to look back again at Alone Executive V. So we talked about growing tail, Gardenia's vitality, and amino attachments. You can theoretically get 8 attachments to your Pokemon in play with Alone Executor in play, and it's growing tail attack, but it is on a coin flip, so it's a bit rough. But I mean, like I said, if they, in the stream, if they print something like Shaman Prism
Some
Star,
star, yeah.
not these Star, Shaman Prism Star, it could be interesting at the very least. And then Head Swing, it says this deck does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each grass energy attached to this Pokemon. If you have, for whatever freaking reason, attached 8 energy to the one that going to be, you're doing roadside 140.
I mean, even then though, like if you get that head flip and then you attach the 3 energies needed, you could be taking out Drizzles and stuff in this format and different things like that turn 2 because they're gonna be evolving and stuff. So it is like, obviously a coin flip, but it's also beefy. So if you put a big charm on there, they're not one hitting that like turn 2 with Arceus and like other things like that. It is beefy. So it's gonna be harder to like one hit.
I don't know. To me, it just feels like it's too much for too little.
Yeah.
Especially because Manaphy's running around, like they're just gonna slap a Manaphy down.
It's true.
Maybe you'll get one Sobble, but that's probably it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't see it being like an attacker or something per se, but yeah.
Nah, it would be a tech card at best, and I don't feel it. All right, Magikarp says lovely grouping. Search your deck for any number of Magikarp, reveal them, put them in your hand, then shuffle your deck. And then has an attack for 2 colorless energy, Raging Fin 10 plus. This attack does 30 more damage for each Magikarp and Gyarados in your discard pile.
Wow, that's just a.
So theoretically, you could have 7 of them in your discard pile, right? So 220.
Yeah.
And if you're using double turbo, that's 200. If you have choice spell,
You could be running that with Zorark. Oh no,
why
yeah.
did you run it with Zorark?
No, never mind. Yeah,
This
it's
is
Gyarados. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gyarados. You would have
This
to.
is-
Because what is there a Gyarados in this set?
There is a Gyarados in this set. So Gyarados is Wreak Havoc. Flip a coin until you get tails for each heads. Discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. And Wild Splash for 230. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. So Gyarados is bulk.
It would have, yeah. It would have been better if it was the Gyarados that did the damage. Because you could do that with the Zorark.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you could
Oh
just.
yeah, it would be great if it were
Yeah,
Gyarados.
that would have been a cool tech in the Zorark. But. Damn.
Honestly, I think it would be its own deck because that's 7. That would be crazy damage, especially if it were like Big Havoc where it was just a single attachment.
Mm-hmm.
That would be super good. It would actually be a 5 deck.
Yeah.
As it stands on the basic with 30 HP that can be shot away with
Quick shootings.
Quick shootings, yeah.
Yeah. It's just not. Yeah, it's not good because it takes 2. It takes 2 energy. I mean, you can get the twin energy, but like, man.
Yeah, and then you got to get it back. So you have to have Rescue Carrier
Yeah,
Clara basically
yeah.
every turn. And then if you miss it for whatever reason, you're screwed. And then because it's requiring 2 attachments, Clara isn't even going to get its full use, right? Because you're not going to get basic energy back. That's assuming you have all your Magikarps in this
Probably
deck
use
in
it
the
with,
first
if
place.
anything, it was a Roseanne's,
Yeah,
but
that shuffles it back in, which makes it even more.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit of a rough one. This is one of those decks where a couple YouTubers put up a video because they've got highlights on Pokemon Trading Card Game Online.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, it's not gonna. It's definitely just a cute card.
Pikachu, Buddy Bolt. If you played a supporter card from your hand during this turn, this attack does more damage. So 3 energy for 60 damage if you've played a supporter card. It's bulk. It's actually not even good for a Pikachu. There have been many Pikachus that are significantly better than this one. Mewtwo V, Super Cycle for 50, and Transfer Break. An energy card from this, remove an energy from this Pokemon to your bench Pokemon.
I like it.
I do. I really like that art.
Yeah. Art's nice. I wish you would have done a little bit more about Pokemon Go. Like, there's one card in there I really like that. It's the gym. Like the what is it? The Happiny. That's, oh man. Like, I like the art. I just putting it with Pokemon Go. It's just.
It doesn't look like Pokemon Go.
No. They could have done like that one commercial that they did. Remember with everyone going for the Mewtwo?
Yeah.
That would have been pretty cool. But yeah, this one, it's just a really like. I do like the art though.
It's just out of place in the sun.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Beautiful.
it could have been like an edition, like the edition from a Japanese set. Essentially, it feels like.
The thing is, it's from a Japanese set.
So then yeah, so it's just that it's just an edition.
No, it's from Go in Japan.
Oh, it is. Okay, you know,
it's
so
part of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And then the star of this set, or at least one of the stars.
Yeah.
So Mewtwo V Star has 280 HP, which is up there with Arceus.
Mm-hmm.
For Side Purge, it says discard up to 3 psychic energy from your Pokemon. This attack does 90 damage for each card you discard in this. Which is really good. That's extremely high damage for not that much.
Mm-hmm.
There are quite a few ways you can get that energy into play too.
Clefairy.
Clefairy is one of them. You could do it with Shadow Rider, or you could even do it with Arceus.
Yeah.
Shadow Rider is probably the least desirable of those options, simply because it's a free riser that's Dark Week.
Yeah.
Problem is Mewtwo is also Dark Week.
Yeah, but
So,
2 prizes versus 3 prizes. You can go with the. I know people have been saying that Clefairy. That Clefairy is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Because it could be it's just a 1 retreat. The Clefairy, I think it is.
Thanks.
So that wouldn't be too big of a deal because that, and then there's also the option of doing Latios and Latias, the fusions. You could be doing those because those attached from the. Is it?
It's a 2 retreat.
Yeah, me. So, I've also been hearing Latios Latias from Fusion Strike.
I feel like that's probably too slow.
It could be slow, but because does that one attach from deck? Which one you have to attach from hand, right? Oh no, you search your deck
Yeah,
first
that one's from your deck.
to each of yours. Yeah, so that's
You also have access to Articuno.
You do, because that's not rotating either anytime soon. So you do get the 2 attachments from that. Yeah, that can be because you're only essentially needing 3 a turn because you're gonna be you can only discard 3 max. So you're essentially only needing 3 in total. So you're getting that with that. You can get it with you can do the heart attachment in the Latios Latias, or there's the Shadow Riders, but that's just
Yeah, I think the Shadow Rider is probably the route you don't want to take.
Yeah, because you got to evolve, it's taking damage. It's 3 prizes. It's just not what you want right now in this format.
Especially not with Kasumi and Samurott and Darkrai running around.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be real easy to get that stuff knocked out.
Yeah, Samurott will run right through it.
Mm-hmm.
And Darkrai will brick. And then it also has a V-Star Power Star Raid, so the same attack cost as Side Purge. This attack does 120 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon V. This damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance.
That could be really good.
That could be great.
It's situational, but that's what makes it so good about being a V-Star power.
Yeah, so I mean, if they hide it on the bench and they're not running a Manaphy,
yeah,
it's an instant nuke for anything that's damaged.
I have a feeling that people are going to start running Manaphy now.
They should have done now already with
the Urshifu winning. Yeah,
but we'll see.
Yeah.
So, Meltan. So this is a bit of a bulk card, but everybody loves Meltan.
Yeah.
Thunderstruck says flip a coin if heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed.
It's a cute art.
Yeah. Melmetal, Headbutt 60, and Swing Smash for 2 points. Attack does 90 more damage for each head. So you could theoretically do 10, 210, 4.
240 with the choice, but yeah, if you're lucky.
I think you have 4 retreat costs.
Yeah, that's a bulky boy.
I mean, you're probably gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, yeah. There's no way you're surviving.
That's still rough. And then Melmetal V, Arm Charge. You may touch metal energy from your hand. So 50. That reminds me of
Lucario.
Yeah, Luke Metal. And then Mega Punch 140. So we have not seen Melmetal V Max, which is part of this set yet. So just this is an evolving V. It is a pretty lackluster V, but you got it. Chansey, heal 30 from one of your bench Pokemon, and General Slap 30. So bulk.
Yep.
Blissey, and there's
that's a really nice art.
That's very fun. Enriching Egg, heal all damage from one of your bench Pokemon.
What makes it so good? It's Team Valor.
I don't even pay that much. I'm gonna bait this and say Team Mystic. And then Zen Headbutt for 100. So Enriching Egg could
Yeah.
be situationally okay, but it's an attack, so. And then
Eevee.
Eevee, Whiny Voice, choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card and shuffles it into the deck. It reminds me a little bit of Trevenant and Duskmore.
Yeah. Trebnor did 2, but it was did 150, right? So,
Yeah, but it also did damage.
Yeah.
And this is a 60 HP Pokemon.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe in some low
Yeah, it could be
format, it could be good as a control card, but I don't know about standard.
Yeah, we'll see with the there could be some other options. That'd be something to play around with for sure.
Snorlax. This is a spiritual reprint of the Snorlax from the Plasma era.
Yeah.
Block. Same ability. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon cannot retreat. So, exactly the same ability. Lock them in place and hope they can't move.
Because you're not moving anytime soon unless you're using Switch. Because that's
Nobody's running Switch.
exactly.
Everybody's trying to rely on
escape rope or something, but
I mean, escape rope's a toy.
Yeah.
It's true. That's still pretty.
it's like a one of So if you get a couple of them, the only people that are running it are Mew players. So it's kind of like, that could be a viable in-game lockout kind of situation.
I feel like Sander is going to figure out how to make this work.
Yeah, I think
and
so
it's
too.
gonna break something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll get more support for it too in the set. But we'll
Could this possibly be the one card that Pokemon bans eventually?
Well, they didn't ban Meloetic.
No, I know, yeah.
They didn't ban ADP when it was a problem. So
Yeah.
I doubt this will be a
Nah,
problem
yeah.
anyway. I'm just excited because there's the possibility of stall being viable in standard.
Yeah.
I like playing stalls. Apom. Bustle. Flip a coin. If heads, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage and effects from attacks into this Pokemon. So that's pretty strong for a basic Pokemon. To get heads is amazing. If you get heads. And then slap for 30 for 3 energies. And Ambipom, Primate Dexterity. If any damage is done to this Pokemon by attacks, flip a coin. If heads, prevent that damage. So this reminds me of Whimsicott GX from Broken Bonds. Except it's a 90 HP Pokemon.
Yeah.
Really easy to knock out, but it is level ball searchable, which is good. That means it's a lot easier to get it out when you need it.
Yeah, that's true.
Then full tilt fling 60 times. Flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 60 damage for each head. So you could pair it up with Charm and the Guardian's Vitality. Throw a bunch of energy on there, and this is like it's basically Maractus, but with some built-in resistance.
And you can run it since it's not energy card, it's energy. So you can run twin energies, all these different. Yeah, you can run a bunch of special energies on there.
So Ambipom's not horrible.
Yeah, it's not horrible.
It's not gonna be a meta deck by any stretch, but it's
I could see be a fun little side deck.
Yeah, it's just something to have fun with. Okay, those are the Pokemon. Let's switch down to the trainer cards. Blanche. Draw 2 cards. If you drew any cards this way, flip a coin. If heads, attach a water energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. I believe I heard this described as a discount Melanie.
Yes.
Which
That's makes sense. Yeah.
About right. I mean, the good thing is that Blanche can attach to non-V.
Yes.
But it's a point flip and starts.
So my question with this one is: would you have to have a water energy in the discard in order to play this beforehand? Because it's public knowledge that you have that thing, but is that a condition that you would have to have the energy in the discard for?
To draw cards?
Yeah.
So based on the way it's worded, I don't think so. It does say to draw 2 cards first.
Yeah. So
you would do as much as you can do.
And then
Even if flip heads, there's nothing to attach.
Makes it a little bit better, but it's still not.
Yeah, this will be a secondary effect.
Yeah.
And then Candela and
Sparky
are exactly the same effect, but for different types. So Candela is for fire, and Spark is for again, they're discount Melanies in the worst way possible. Candela being fire and energy acceleration is kind of nice, I guess. And Spark gives lightning a little. I mean, like fire and lightning already have acceleration that's better than this.
Yeah.
And I don't know that this is worth the deck space for a 50% chance to attach a fire.
No, because there's just a lot. I mean, there's so many supporters you'd much rather be playing. Because draw two is just so little in this format, and because you're like Rangaroos, you got all the other ones. You're gonna be wanting to do a lot more than just have an off chance of, oh cool. You're not gonna be putting. You're not gonna be making your future moves based off of, hey, I'm gonna draw two cards and then kind of like Janela could, because we have Basin. Maybe like there could be like a one of play, but it's just not like there's.
Like you're never gonna go, oh man, I wish I had Illuminium for Candela right now.
Yes, no, there's
That's
no
not happening. Lure module. Each player reveals the top 3 cards of their deck and puts all Pokemon they find there into their hand. Then each player shuffles the other cards back into their deck. So this is sort of like a weaker Great Ball that's also stronger.
Yeah, because you can get multiple Pokemon.
You
But
can get multiple Pokemon, but it is only 3.
Yeah. You're also helping out your opponent too.
But are you okay? So there is the possibility that you're also hurting them. If they have a bunch of Pokemon in their deck and you're trying to get them closer to mill them out,
Mm-hmm.
maybe. I don't know. It doesn't seem that.
Oh, because yeah, you have to. You literally have to
you
put them
have
in.
to take them.
Huh.
But like at that point, is it even really gonna help? That's gonna be a pretty late game. They may not have Pokemon in their deck anymore.
Yeah. I don't think that's.
It doesn't feel great.
It doesn't seem like it's gonna be too crazy, but it's a cute card. At least they're trying.
It's
to
an
get some.
interesting card.
Yeah.
It's got a different effect, which is nice.
Yeah. Something that we haven't seen before.
I do kind of, well, it's gonna be one of those cards that somehow finds its way into control.
Yeah, it could.
It'll appear somehow. I was thinking, okay, could Mew take this? But I don't think Mew wants this.
No.
Like, yeah, it's burnable, but then it forces Pokemon to
Yeah.
so no,
Yeah.
Mew
No,
doesn't.
you don't want that.
And then Pokestop, something that Mew might want. At least a one of.
Yeah.
Probably only a one of, but once during each player's turn, that player may discard 3 cards from the top of their deck. If a player discards any item cards in this way, they put those item cards into their hand. So
It's just hard with the whole it's being item cards. Like it's good. It's good in its own right. It depends on what. It's just gotta find the right deck that can run it.
like Mew could, but
Mhm.
then like we talked about this a little bit earlier, Mew runs the risk of discarding its energies.
Yeah.
So it doesn't want to run more than one of these if it wants to run at all. After rotation, it is losing training court,
Mm-hmm.
and
But well, I mean, but they're not even running basic psychic energies right now, anyways.
okay, but it's also losing Rose Tower.
Yeah, but so they're losing that, and they're losing. But they're also well. Oh no,
So it's gonna want another stadium,
it's gonna want another stadium.
and its other options aren't that great.
Yeah, but because what other ones is it running right now? It's running.
Old Cemetery.
Well, I mean, I think people have rotated out of that. I think it's just. I guess it's the Rose Tower, and I guess no.
Ellis, I think, just runs. Just runs Rose Tower.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it runs anything else.
Ugh.
But like this is as close to Rose Tower as you're gonna get, I think. Especially in Mew where you're just pretty item heavy.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're definitely item heavy in this deck. It's man, there's gonna be some salty people when they discard all their good stuff.
Discard 3 fusions during energy. Son of a
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be one of those shit. I want to be there whenever they get all salty because it's gonna be like.
I feel like you don't play this card down or you don't use it until after you've used Elisa's spark.
Yeah, no. I feel like this is gonna be a later in game because what do you? Well, even later in game, if you're playing it later on in the game, you have the off chance you're gonna be looking for like bosses or like some
Right.
other stuff, and it's just gonna be like your chances of discarding that is gonna be a lot higher. And
Actually, I think this is more early, which is rough too.
yeah, to think
Because
about
this is when you're digging desperately for Battle VIP pets. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
because man, that's gonna be rough whenever you're playing because you just yeah. I don't know. I think it's gonna be hard because even if it's a one of, are you really gonna Chronomatic for at the beginning? Like you're hardly ever gonna get that turn one.
Well, if you're gonna Chronomatic, you're gonna go just for the
Exactly
bad
how it
in the
is.
first place.
So I think that's just a roundabout way that you're an off chance of getting Pokestop. I think there's I don't
It's a maybe.
it's a hard maybe, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sold now. Now that I'm thinking about it more, like I haven't actually had time to stop and think about it, but man, yeah. It feels kind of bad in like any situation that I'm thinking about it now.
I think we'll test it when we start testing rotation.
Yeah.
Just to see if a one of is worth it to get rid of Path to Peak. This Path to Peak is not rotating.
No, yeah,
So-
they're keeping Path Peak, so you need a is this runs two? Two stadiums? Is that what it's running? Ugh. But yeah, you should
And some lists are getting so desperate they're running Mark Shadow.
oh really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, especially if you're running fog crystals, I mean, you might as well.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh yeah, because they're what those are running the base stick.
So,
Yeah.
Spark we already talked about. We're back to Blanche. Let's talk about promos real quick. So
They're so
most of these
nice.
are alternate arts. This is a B2B. Same as we saw on the set with different art. This is a little bit more Pokemon Go-y, I think.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Like city artwork, which is, I mean, that's Pokemon Go in a nutshell, right?
Yeah.
Melody, cool. I love that. Also city artwork, right?
Yeah, it's like a park of some sort.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I live in the park, so for you to find Go in the first place. They also not for long executive
It's pretty funny.
I don't know if I like either's arts for Alone Executor.
No, it's not.
But then again, I don't love Alone Executor in the first place.
Yeah,
That's part of it.
I just like how it was hinted at for all this time, and they finally did something
Finally did.
like this because it's been hinted at in different parts of the world that it's had longer necks, their necks grew. Yeah, so that's a
This
nice.
is probably my favorite of the arts.
It reminds me of the Altard Melanie that we haven't gotten because it had the Orbital React.
We are getting it in Astral Radiance.
Oh, are we? Okay, so yeah, that's what it reminds me of that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. This is in a second dynamic. They've done some great artwork before too. I really like this artwork. I'm never gonna play this card.
Yeah.
This is beautiful art.
I don't like that you have to buy each box to get them. Ugh.
What I don't like though is the giant Pokemon Go stamp on it.
Yeah, it could have been. I don't know. I mean, like.
Why did it need to be on there in the first place? Like, we get that it's a Pokemon Go set. Leave it alone.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of takes away. It does. It's an eye grabber, but like, yeah, I don't know.
And Candela also has very nice artwork.
Yeah, I like the little lens flare on it.
All three of them are really great. I mean, this is Saito. This is the guy who did the artwork for Lily from Ultra Prism.
Oh, the what $300, $400?
The beautiful but extremely expensive artwork.
Yeah.
And that card is so pretty in person too.
I have it with me. Where is it? Yeah.
And then
That's so cute. I wish it was me. I wish it was the Japanese one. Like the Japanese.
we don't know how the hollow is gonna look.
Yeah.
So the English digital scans or whatever never are reflective of their hollow foiling. So it could look exactly like the Japanese one's hollow. It probably won't. It could.
I wish it would.
And we wouldn't know because it wouldn't show up in this. But we'll see when it comes out. I know we're gonna have some PokeTubers putting out their videos from the cards that Pokemon sent them here in the next week or so.
Oh, because
or the next couple weeks.
they're going to be getting the Radiant, like they're going to be pulling Radiant.
Yeah, they'll be pulling like Radiant Greninja, Radiant Heatran, and Radiant Holo.
That's right. We haven't seen an actual
So we don't know how they look just yet in English.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll see what Radiant Eevee will actually look like.
Because you've seen the Japanese ones in person. Those ones look pretty cool. I really like those.
So Radiant Eevee says, Twinkle Gathering, search your deck for a number of cards up to the number of different types of Pokemon you have in play, and put them into your hand, then shuffle. Yeah. I mean, this is one of those cards where you play it down as a control card.
Yeah.
Cross your fingers that you don't get Marnied, and then move on.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Because I like that it has. I mean, like not that much better. It's 90 HP considering normal EVs are like 50, 60. Gives it a little bit more. You're not able to evolve it. You can't do anything with it. It's just kind of.
Yeah, because I mean, nothing evolves from Radiant TV, so it's rough.
Yeah.
Rough. And even if it did, like, what is it going to evolve to? You can't have a two radiant Pokemon in your deck, right? So you're
Yeah.
not going to have a Radiant Leafeon unless you. Yeah, it's one of those cards that's real cute, but I don't think it's going to see a ton of play until Sander breaks it.
Yeah.
Pikachu, so gift delivery, put the coin head, search your deck for an item card, reveal it, and put it in your hand, and then shuffle your bag. Yeah, this is bold.
Yeah.
It's cute, but it's bold.
Yeah. For competitive.
I mean,
Well, it's a promo, so I mean, like it's gonna see some value, but because look at how cute it is. Like people are gonna want that. Like down the line, later on down the line, you keep a couple of them. People are gonna want it eventually.
and then we're back to start.
Yeah.
All right, so that is all for Pokemon Go. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little video. We'll see you in the next one.